blank,
blank,
blank, blank.
blank.
All future, no past.
It's a blank page, sir. It's a blank page, sir. It's a blank page, sir.
You know what I tell my students? Every day, blank page, blank page, blank page. Just fill it up and you get somewheres.
There's a blank canvas, blank canvas, blank canvas, if you'd like.
Here's what happened. We're talking about a white-on-white 88 Chevy Grumman food truck. It's a blank canvas for your dreams. I'm gonna have him pull it around.
Periods, you know, so don't be surprised if this meeting is filled with what seems like silence and blank stares.
Okay, let me give it a try.
You'll remember that you were the same man who, when handed a blank page pulled from Mr. Singleton's corpse.
Well, Anton heard that Jappy had a connection that could get blank passports and...
Did he hurt you? Are you okay?
Actually, she hurt him. She shot him point blank with a gun hidden in her office.
We found a blank piece of paper in Sarah's boot, but why would she be carrying a blank piece of paper?
and you had a seizure.
I mean, I was just standing there, and then I went blank and collapsed.
Jan. What do you see?
A blank canvas.
You know what I see?
Joe would come home from work with that blank expression on his face.
Specific.
A blank check. Of sorts. You would never grant anyone a blank check.
Relationship.
Relationship.
Relationship. Relationship.
Relationship.
Me. Just in that magical time in a relationship before she knows she's in one.
I knew she'd be delightful. That's exactly why I didn't want to meet her. Now, when your career destroys this relationship, we're both going to feel horrible. Enough about your thing. I told you from the very beginning that your relationship with Jenny was going to cause problems. And it was fine as long as it didn't impact me, but that's over, and I refuse to get sucked up into your relationship.
Advancement. We have begun to identify so-called Goldilocks planets. These are planets that share a similar relationship with their sun as we have with ours.
Do you ever feel like your relationship with Beazle is a little strange?
Amy?
What you think it means.
Oh, it doesn't?
It doesn't? No, doesn't mean that.
Oh, what does our relationship mean to you, Daniel?
Relationship? You guys are in a relationship?
You didn't tell him?
Right. Spinoza, I did not come here to discuss my relationship with my mother, nor my relationship to you, Marla.
You're wearing a turtleneck.
Because I know that you hate them. And now that we're no longer in a relationship, I can do whatever I want.
First of all, we were never in a relationship.
You know what the irony is? I don't even want to be in a relationship right now.
I'm hardly that naive. Even if I did think the relationship was reparable,
I was in a relationship in London and it all became a bit of a cock-up.
Takes them down.
No, Diggle, because then the brothel would know that I used them, and that relationship is too valuable.
I like you, Linda, and we really get along.
Relationships should be more than just getting along. Your heart should ache for me.
Secure.
Secure.
Secure. Secure.
Secure.
Power's down in all elevators.
Peter Mills, your line's secure.
Line secure.
All right.
Castle secure. 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 Evil Queen's not getting past a single dwarf.
Thank you, Grumpy.
I hang on to you the entire way down. It's a nice, safe, secure feeling. Secure feeling. Secure feeling.
It is the effort of American Negroes to secure for themselves.
The information I require is in two places. Your secure database and inside your head.
The diamonds will be in Buckingham's personal vault, located in the lowest, most secure level of the tower next to the crown jewels.
Now, take these. A list of secure locale,
hidden throughout Florence.
I want to know its secrets as much as you do, but the Holy Father was clear. Secure Florence first.
Sure it won't get towed? It's a secure lot. It'll be fine for at night.
Upper level's clear. Okay, complete the sweep and secure the hatches. Yes, sir. Assume flight positions.
Prisoners awake. Noted. Packages and inventory secured. Damage to building assessed. Repair crews dispatched. Awaiting further orders.
If I do that, I need protection. I need secure compound in Miami with a guard detail.
Secure all corridors, so block C. The one is setting up a secure perimeter in C block.
We're looking into reports that a limousine was in country last week, possibly to secure financing.
Increasing.
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 Barry, this thing's getting closer. Wind speeds are 200 miles per hour and increasing. 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 Barry, can you hear me?
Yeah! Loud and clear!
This fumarole is showing the Magnus heat is increasing. Heat is increasing. Heat is increasing. This is too much steam.
The ionized particles, and that should lead us right to them.
The CPMs are increasing. Increasing. Increasing.
Increase to maximum, Gideon.
Increasing to maximum, Doctor. Speed force absorption at 35% and rising.
Frank, I've reviewed your medical records. Are you finding your episodes of disorientation increasing in frequency?
What the hell are you?
Thousands of planets like yours set up by families like mine to supply an ever-increasing demand for more time.
Distant sound, but grand and impressive, unlike anything he had ever heard.
Gradually swelling and increasing. Which activity has been increasing lately?
Corridor. And despite the string of victories by rebel forces, there are disturbing reports of increasing the brutality of their tactics.
We've been increasing our radius mile by mile, spreading in a semicircle around the town.
You're crazy not buying a ticket.
Yeah, 1 or 2, but not 50.
I'm just increasing my odds of winning.
Increasing your odds of being broke.
Third incident already this month, but at least we're able to get our hands on this one.
The rate of new cases is increasing.
Infrastructure at the state and federal level. Increasing the size of the military and working with our friends in the private sector to start
sir. For HIV prevention, the Secretary and I recommend increasing our relief funds to Zimbabwe.
Insert or insert. Insert.
Insert. Insert.
Insert.
So I'm just gonna insert my fingers into your rectum.
Maybe we should ask your old doorman, insert generic Irish name here to come help.
Attention P-Town shoppers. Be sure to check our insert in Sassy Labs magazine.
2 Chinooks and 2 Apaches. We fly here to the LZ, insert the 4-man team right here.
Access to the remote system and insert that drive.
What will that do?
Now?
I'm about to insert this pin into this detonator tube. And if the brass touches the sides, we'll both be the last people we ever see.
Now, insert the other end of the pen nib. It's Lorenzo's vein. Into the vein. Yes.
It would insert its tongue into the pregnant woman's stomach and suck out the amniotic fluid. And then it would eat the baby. They insert chips under the skin of their informants like dogs.
We just need to get them to the right spots, insert the detonators, and get the hell out.
Okay, John, we're gonna insert the probe now.
Offend. Offend. Offend.
Offend. Offend.
He thought it would offend Olivia.
What do we do, Max? I don't want to offend him. We need that extra money for Chestnut.
Is there any point to this line of questioning other than to offend?
Not really.
We didn't plan any of this.
Oh, really?
You didn't plan to offend the entire Australian Parliament with your hilarious antics of...
I represent a lot of people.
Jesus. Look, I'm not trying to offend you, Mrs. Grant.
Well, I'm not offended. You're pretty much exactly what I expected.
I get that you never thought I was smart enough for your class. Does it really offend you that much that I'm here?
All right, you belch every few minutes while you're practicing.
Okay.
You apologize to him, but you keep belching, you'll offend every sensibility he has, right?
Oh, curse you, Hoy! Give me the dark!
Does the light offend you?
And to satirists, if every time they offend someone, they're sued based on right of publicity.
This happened in my head that only bad people break up marriages and offend the handicapped.
Can I say something? I don't mean to offend you.
Go right ahead.
I'm worried about you.
Listen, if we've done anything to offend you...
Oh, no. Eat up.
Representative.
Representative. Representative. Representative. Representative.
My name is Austin Hamilton. I'm a representative of Pacific Land Holdings.
Your son is the sole representative of their bloodline, which makes you, as his mother.
We have official confirmation from military representatives, that at 10 a.m. this morning, the people...
I say that you're acting as my representative and that they must clear out at once.
The United States Supreme Court says a prosecutor is a representative, not of an ordinary party or controversy. No, sir.
Sound the signal for a General Assembly of the Station Representatives. What are you doing? No more secrets. A union representative, you do have that right.
He wants to sign it in blood.
Well, we invited a representative from Sadler Benelux, the makers of Ablixa.
Welcome to you both. The House of Representatives this week passed a bill, a big bailout bill, or didn't pass it, I should say.
Rocket.
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 Rocket. Rocket.
This company is a rocket ship. Rocket ship. Rocket ship.
Somebody call him. Where's my phone? Oh, holy shit. Is this a rocket launcher? Is this a rocket launcher? Is this a rocket launcher?
Dude, it goes first sauce, then cheese, then toppings. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
Elbow rocket!
Elbow rocket. Okay.
Now! Give me another rocket!
You're so working on our little night.
Hell yeah. I got a Trojan in my billfold and a rocket in my pocket.
I mean, come on. Ren, you're the smartest guy I know. You're literally a rocket scientist. You've got these guys.
Father. He was a rocket engineer with the old Soviet Space Agency, defected in '72.
Gently. Rocket fuel likes to go boom.
This is not gonna go well for you unless you have a rocket launcher back there. You're outgunned.
Whaling Goggle Man alone must burn enough fuel in a year to send a rocket to Mars.
Around this place.
Hotel management is hard work, but it's not rocket science.
Proceed. Proceed. Proceed.
Proceed. Proceed.
As of today. Detective Beckett. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you. Youngest woman in the NYPD to make detective. Beat me by 6 weeks.
It's true.
Scoutmaster Ward, I presume?
Yes, ma'am.
Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you.
Of course not. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you.
The list came from Willie Van Bieber.
Really?
Apparently his last wish is for you to proceed into the promised land.
Lovely wife, this is Mr. Lowenstein.
A woman who tames eagles. Your reputation precedes you.
We seized territory in China, but did not Great Britain. Even Portugal preceded us? Yes.
Just giving it up now. All I gotta do is pay him a visit.
Seeing the vigilante's reputation is beginning to precede him.
Third robbery in a month where a freak storm precedes it.
My mother, Cora. You taught her?
My legend precedes me.
We'll also know who you are, Rumpelstiltskin.
My reputation precedes me. Excellent.
You see?
So, you know who I am?
Your reputation in the Enchanted Forest precedes you.
I didn't catch your name.
Looks like your reputation precedes you, folks. Welcome to Charleston.
Satellite. Satellite.
Satellite.
Satellite.
Satellite.
Same deal. Also, satellite, cable TV, drop phone, car.
Looking at you, I'm guessing it was on the whole way here.
I got all day and satellite radio and satellite radio and satellite radio.
No more fuel. They spent it all looking for me.
Satellite passing over us.
Over.
As promised, I am uploading my data to the secured satellite, and I would love for you to take a look at the work we've done.
Sir, the satellite is still showing no visual on our target.
NSA creeper.
Action Energy has other divisions. Satellite imaging, telecommunications.
You're a government contractor.
Okay. What artificial satellite has seen glimpses of Einstein's predicted frame dragging?
Yes, we're here to fix the cable.
I think we have satellite.
That's what I meant.
Oh.
Disney from the Cleveland Clinic. He's an expert on bovine valve replacement surgery. He will be assisting via satellite.
It's in the Halava Valley. You give me a visual?
You want me to access an Icon reconnaissance satellite for your car chase?
Is it consulting with them?
We're the main center for the entire Pacific Rim. We checked with our satellite center in Alaska, but they're receiving conflicting data as well.
Embarrass.
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 Embarrass. Embarrass.
How much would it embarrass you, if I kissed you right now?
I think a lot.
I thought it was so cute and...
Mom, do my clothes embarrass you? Embarrass you? Embarrass you?
No.
He wanted to embarrass you. Embarrass you. Embarrass you.
I'm sorry? I suppose you think it's sporting to embarrass me in front of the KGB.
Wasn't personal, Bernie.
It's tomorrow afternoon, okay? Of course. So please be on time and don't be embarrassing.
Best behavior. Honey, please don't embarrass her.
Dad, that includes you.
I know.
Well, in fairness, you are chronically single, and I just figured you wouldn't have anyone to bring and didn't want to embarrass you.
The longer we draw out these proceedings, the more we embarrass Lorenzo in the public eye.
Really remarkable the way you can embarrass me, the captain, and yourself all at the same time.
Joe, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I'm not embarrassed.
Raymond wants to embarrass me.
Basement.
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 Do you know where I can find the basement?
Herbert Walker
Paper
Bush.
airplanes! Dad,
Clown sandwich.
Don't lock the baby in the basement! Basement!
Head to the basement.
Repeat that.
You gotta be heading to the basement. The basement. The basement. Cover the back stairs.
Traveling.
Well, you certainly set the bar in a secret room in your basement, but,
Well, it says here on your resume that you have 10 years in the Trans-America basement.
I have the body of a 25-year-old locked in my basement.
It was over and over again. But a lie like lying about having Jews in your basement.
He's one of your richest clients, isn't he? Well, Robbie worked on Silk Road in his grandfather's basement.
How you been?
I'm doing good. But I never liked you in the basement with my daughter, and I don't like you here with my ex.
You're gonna get along.
Sodas, snacks, poker games in the basement.
I was gonna make you breakfast.
No, in the basement.
So that doesn't happen again.
You and Mary Margaret take the basement. We'll search the main floor. Regina's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah, no problem. We're all out. There's a dryer down in the basement I couldn't get out by myself, but otherwise, you know...
We'll take care of it.
Plenty. Plenty. Plenty.
Plenty. Plenty.
Yeah, not the first. I've seen plenty come and go. Plenty come and go. Plenty come and go. Well, I've been here since the war.
Which war?
Fly your family out. They'll settle here. There'll be plenty to do. There'll be plenty to do. There'll be plenty to do. I'm already hearing from the north.
Well, let me guess. You have some.
Plenty. Plenty. Plenty.
Thanks. There's plenty to eat, and the beer is on ice, just the way Don would have wanted.
Here.
Oh, no, I couldn't put you all out.
Nonsense. We would love to have you with plenty of room. And in fact, you can stay in Caleb's old room.
Lunch. Let's go to Maui.
Nick, we have plenty of time.
No fighting with the other tributes. You'll have plenty of time for that in the arena.
Something iron or steel.
And plenty of copper wire.
Yeah, I wish I could do more for him.
You do plenty.
Say what? I have plenty of friends I don't like.
What do you want?
I have plenty of blankets.
Thanks.
Just doing my job.
There you go.
Plenty more coming, guys.
I can't believe there hasn't been a single 911 call.
There's been plenty. It's just not the sort we're after.
Consume. Consume. Consume.
Consume.
Consume.
All these microalgae consume carbon. You consume carbon. You consume carbon. And produce in return oxygen. A 100-kilogram sailfish will consume in its lifetime, 1,000 kilos of mackerel, who themselves have consumed 10,000 kilos of zooplankton.
And if there's one thing I learned by chasing jungles all these years, is you can't let it consume you.
Too late.
You know you're pregnant. The booze, smoke, all the horrible shit you were happy to consume yesterday. When you're thinking for two, you won't touch it.
Metabolic changes.
I've done a few calculations. You need to consume an amount equal to roughly 850 tacos.
I have a completely unscientific theory that the ability to put the week behind you is directly related to how much alcohol you consume.
Yes, and you'll have to monitor them closely because given the opportunity, swines will consume their own excrement.
What if I told you that when a wraith consumes a soul,
My every waking moment has been consumed by one thought.
I was consumed by fear. Lexi made all that go away.
He surrounded us.
Your father is consumed with hatred for the Ishvan.
You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to associate with any known criminals.
Invisible.
Invisible. Invisible.
Invisible. Invisible.
Can't see me? I'm invisible? I'm invisible? I'm invisible? This is totally radical.
Well then, what about invisible sandwich? Invisible sandwich. Invisible sandwich.
Hero.
There's no point in me staying another day if I was just gonna keep feeling invisible, invisible, invisible.
It's very well done. And you'll find within a month the scar is practically invisible. So.
Bad photo, and I haven't since. The trick is to act like you're biting an invisible apple.
And damn, bite that invisible apple, girl.
You're invisible. So's your fruit. So are you. You're invisible. So's your fruit. So are you.
See? You're invisible.
Can't I just skip to, number 50? Invisible sneak attacks with your mind?
Understand something before
Is it about my magic bean pod?
Yeah.
It can make me invisible, can't it?
No.
What's going on?
Shifu's pretending to fight invisible bad guys and we're playing along.
Sure. Infrared LEDs embedded in the hat, invisible to the naked eye, and yet make your face invisible to the digital one.
Invisible planes sold separately.
Qualify.
Qualify.
Qualify. Qualify. Qualify.
Go on a mission to qualify. Qualify. Qualify.
I see. You need to complete 120 hours of rounds to requalify. Qualify. Qualify.
Oh, this little guy didn't qualify for tomorrow's ceremony.
I thought, and I didn't even qualify.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, apparently I'm volatile, self-obsessed.
Changed, and I'm not the kid that used to know in college either. I buttoned up every single thing that I have to qualify for this job.
So I don't qualify for OT?
Synopsis has made a radical contribution to helping our world. And here's all you need to do to qualify.
Well, I guess technically this could qualify as art class.
Hey, bud, make sure you're cutting along the lines there that I drew.
I think that would qualify as yet another conflict of interest.
Objection. How does being a fake scientist qualify this man to identify benzene? I'd very much like an answer to that myself.
That is utterly absurd. What could possibly qualify you to make that kind of prediction?
It checks out. Little swimmers could qualify for the Junior Olympics.
When was the last time you spread them?
Beam.
Beam. Beam.
Beam.
Beam. Little red dot, center of their head, like a laser beam, like a laser beam, like a laser beam.
Do that. I want to hear some sitars and go to my happy place and feel the warm beam of light, the warm beam of light, the warm beam of light. Can we do that?
I see.
It's strange. I mean, it just gave way. We lifted it up and the support beam, snap.
The flashlights beamed, the flashlights beamed, the flashlights beamed a moon through the black across the attic and settled on a gap in the base.
Your femoral arteries lacerated. The weight of the beam is your nothing to me.
I saw my dad laid out in a puddle of his own piss with a fifth of beam in his hand. No sidewinder in sight.
You know what you have to do?
Yeah, get them to cross their beams and cancel their guns out, I know.
She can teleport.
As in, beam me up, Shauna?
Yes, of course. Give me your hand. Come on, stay calm here. Now hold on to the beam. Grab the beam. Got it? Okay. Give me your other hand. One step at a time. Heads along. I got you.
And she ended up right where I was standing, where I should have been when the beam came down.
Postpone.
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 Anything going on tonight?
What are you asking?
Postpone tonight. Postpone tonight. Postpone tonight.
No way.
All due respect, if you won't postpone, at least postcards.
Do you really want to know?
Yes. In that it will postpone me telling you what I have to tell you.
Hey, Charlie, I'm gonna have to skip breakfast, and I probably have to postpone the speech, too. I just bumped into Elise.
You didn't bring me the proof, bring me the Emperor.
Then I request you postpone the call, sir.
You gotta come, you're my best friend.
Okay, but personally, I think you should just postpone.
I recommend you postpone your speech.
Is that really necessary? Ashley's right. Maybe you should, postpone it or something.
Postpone?
Well, last night, time to go to the ballet.
Well, you might want to postpone your trip when you hear this.
Careful. Grandpappy's still a little miffed that you postponed the wedding.
Anna, why did you do it? Why did you postpone your whole wedding just to find out the truth?
Maybe we could postpone it. Okay, I can't do this right now. My head's not in it. It's supposed to be a celebration.
If you're really telling me you want to postpone this thing, then I want to cancel it.
Mask.
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 Mask up. Mask up. Mask up.
Come on, move it! Come on!
I'll play.
Put the mask on. Put the mask on. Put the mask on. You can be the bug.
Peter, you're insane!
Stay out of this, Valentine.
No.
The neurotransmitter must be in his mask. We get the mask, and he can't control the bots.
Killed him!
Zip freaks out, pulls his mask off, loses his shit.
Huh. The lead line compartment.
Correct. The lead lining is thick as to mask any radiation detection.
Nice mask, Shifu, but you're wasting your time with your little test. Why isn't this mask coming off?
Don't be such a silly. It's only a mask.
A mask?
Oh,
Okay, forget the masks. No masks. But you gotta come.
Mask had slipped. And he was gonna kill me right then and there.
Can't we just tie them up or something?
And then what? Even if we wear a mask, we're leaving 2 witnesses behind.
How big's the batch?
Should be about 50 pounds, give or take. Uncle Jack, that mask, I think you should...
Mask, broken strap.
Did you make the delivery?
No, we got robbed on the way. Some guy in a ski mask jacked us at a stoplight.
Back lines in.
Got it, Chief. Everybody mask up. The door open.
Favor. Favor. Favor.
Favor.
Favor.
Hi, I need a favor. I need a favor. I need a favor. Can you open up the project room at the school and make sure it's...
That's my daughter, Maxine. Now do me a favor, do me a favor, do me a favor, and drop that gun that's tucked in the back of your belt.
Awesome. Listen, will you do me a favor, do me a favor, do me a favor, and pick up some Coke on your way? Now may I be excused?
No, Mr. Wildhorn is going to favor us with a song.
You do me a favor and please don't mention the break-in to my wife.
I got a huge favor to ask.
Anything. What?
Talk about their feelings. They need to be led.
I did you and Rebecca a favor by convincing these people not to string you two.
Okay. Can I ask you a favor?
A favor? Sure, you can ask me a favor. I would do you a favor for you. He's calling to ask you a favor. You might be confused because he didn't use the words Penny, Sheldon, please, or favor.
You know, the Queen's offer was a fair one. Do yourself a favor and take it.
Hey, I gotta ask a favor of you. It's important.
Sure, anything.
Not so many people will miss you as you might think. So do us all a favor.
Things to be had right here at the nest. Welcome! Well, do me a favor. Buy those boys around on me.
I have a favor to ask you. Can I...
There's no cruise.
I don't know. Is everything okay?
I need a favor of you.
Sure.
Production. Production.
Production. Production.
Production.
Production.
Yeah, I just got a call from my mother-in-law.
I thought I was a production assistant. Production assistant. Production assistant.
A girl like Linda. We go into production in spring, and Universal will pay you $1 million.
Firm, and I got a job as a production assistant for public television.
Nothing particularly to do with heroin production.
I think that you've lost the songs on the production.
Production progressing smoothly, I trust.
A few months ago, before we started work on the production.
Just finished rehearsing for a new production.
Something about pheromone production using salamanders.
No, gotta be toads.
Well, you can tell me what you think of our little production.
Zoe, you now own half of the city and all of the food production. You said you wanted a civil war. I just gave you one.
You destroyed the city.
No.
Ashamed.
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 You take property that's not yours, property that belongs to another man. That junk was his livelihood. I'm ashamed of you. Ashamed of you. Ashamed of you.
What? You should be ashamed of yourself. What? What's going on?
Of course, Mrs. Pate also knew when it came to unruly children. Some parents had more reason to be ashamed than others.
Love.
Was it love?
Always. My sons are ashamed of me, but I'd rather end up wishing I hadn't than end up wishing I had.
We tricked you into giving us permission to go to the party. Did you now? Yes. I'm ashamed to say we did.
Hey, wait!
Classic. You should be ashamed of yourself. I didn't do it.
Where am I? Why, the battlefield, sir. You fought in this room for many years, huh? I'm ashamed that I've wounded you so grievously, and for nothing.
Why is that your girlfriend here? Are you ashamed of us, or are you fucking her too? Be careful!
April, it seems you have a rare gift. A sensitivity I have trained my entire life to develop.
Don't worry, you'll get it.
I did, it just took me a long time.
That's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, of course, just not today.
20 seconds. Are you ashamed of me?
Of course not.
Then why can't we tell your parents?
Please, don't push this.
What is it now, Tiny Spock?
I am very disappointed in you. You broke your toy and switched it with Leonard's. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Don't.
She would be so ashamed of what you've become.
Don't say that.
Case.
Case. Case.
Case.
Case.
That my education and experience is more than adequate to handle a case of this potential. Case of this potential. Case of this potential.
Is that right?
In fact, it's one of the top 5 vintages in the history of grapes. My mentor gave me a case. My mentor gave me a case. My mentor gave me a case 20 years ago when I made partner.
It was to find the killer for Wallace Rourke, not Leah Sutter.
A case, which I have just bothered to find out.
So, she thinks you killed Craig, and she's trying to make a case to the police so they'll let her boyfriend go.
Mail distribution. We've been working on this list of what we do in case anyone asks.
Charlie, or FBI. Lauren and Donnie, your DEA. So is Paige, but she's on the case for a couple days.
For the Ferraras, I don't get it. There is no trace of any grudge against Handsome Bobby in the old case files.
While you're doing it.
I'm not wallowing. I'm watching a news report on the case we're working it.
So, a friend of mine is running a scavenger hunt, and there's a case of Lafitte Rothschild 1982 waiting at the end.
Oh, I love red wine.
I checked the order and you shorted us half a case of champagne.
Joe, I apologize for all of this. It really feels like a case of so much for so little. The police should not have been called.
All the ship's air circulates through it.
Take a case of crystals down there. Load the rest on the Quinjet.
Sign.
Sign. Sign.
Sign.
Sign.
Oh, look at all these weird markings.
Oh, Keisha was here. She has a sign. She has a sign. She has a sign.
Bobby!
That is a sign. That is a sign. That is a sign. Wow, are you solid?
If anything seems off, just give a sign. Give a sign. Give a sign.
Set me up.
This is not a good sign. How do you want to handle this?
But, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Who's the guy?
Well, I, for one, think this is a good sign. Good sign. Good sign.
We still have our clothes on. At least that's a good sign. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Don't have a warrant.
Just pretend you don't see the sign. Look, we're on the cusp of finding Warburg.
To make things worse, the venue, and then now this. I mean, it just feels like all of this is one big sign.
Well, maybe it is a sign.
That's a good sign.
All across the country. That's a good sign.
Recorder. Recorder. Recorder.
Recorder.
Recorder.
small tape recorder, small tape recorder, small tape recorder.
You got 15 minutes? No physical contact of any kind. No tape recorders. Recorders.
This little camera transmits images to the data recorder, so we can see if you've got any vascular malformations in your GI tract.
That sounds complicated, George.
Oh, no, you got your tape recorder and you learn it phonetically.
And on the top of it, it looks like a film magazine.
The recorder attached to it the same way that a mag would attach to it, so on the top or on the back.
Pocket Primo, 12 exposure pack with meniscus lens. Sound recorder, parts bell tainter.
To me, you're a sloppy white guy in a rumpled corduroy jacket with a tape recorder.
Please do not accost my clientele here with your goddamn recorder.
No, but Danny...
When you stole that tape recorder, you said it was a one-time thing, an impulsive act of revenge.
Is there any way to know where the chopper flew last night? Is there a flight recorder, GPS system?
Again, she's a low-tech bird.
Do you have a record of the fuel that was in the tank?
Where do we stand with Agent Sky?
Our techs found the Quinjet's flight recorder.
But they find the wire, then they find recorders, then they find me.